Coming in at number 9 is the Nightmare on Elm Street remake. This is my least favorite of the whole entire series. I still do love it, and I still do think it's a great film. I think it does a really cool job at reinventing some unexplored ideas in the original, like the child molestation side is further explored in this film, kind of like that. I like the addition of micro naps to the plot and the adrenaline when Quinn goes into it, and some of the dream sequences are very good. I think Jackie Earle Haley, while having a difficult task at replacing Robert Englund, did a really good job at being a replacement, because we all know Robert Englund can't reprise the role, and I'm okay with somebody stepping in and providing their own take. And I think Jackie Earle Haley did the best he could. The reason why this is my least favorite is because it's a little bland in portions, and I think the film overall is a little bland, but other than being bland, I like that it has some callbacks to the earlier films, and I overall think it's a worthwhile addition to the legacy of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise, and I enjoy it. I think the cast is really good, and that's pretty much it. Thank you. Coming in at number 8 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. This is I also love this film. I think this film is a very, very clever, definitely more clever than any other slasher film at the time is, especially a horror sequel dealing with themes of pro-life and pro-choice. I like the gothic feel of it. I love the gothic feel of this film. This film has a terrific gothic feel and mood to it. I like that it, is a more mature expansion of the plot in part 4, continuing with Alice and Dan, them having a baby. We get some tons of like creative scenes with Mark, and Mark in one scene with the cowboy thing, and I like that. I also like that this film is a proper blend of silly and absurd, while being mature. It has enough there for both children and adults. I think my the reason why it's a little lower is because it's a little rushed. It's way better than Halloween 5. I still do like Halloween 5, but and has a little some rough around the edges part, but overall I do enjoy it, and I think it's a very, very well made film. Definitely deserving of a lot of love. There we go, pretty much it. Thank you. Coming in at number 7 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, The Dream warriors. Um, I know this may be a little blasphemous for some, for most Elm Street fans. This is a very strong entry for them, and very strong entry for them, and I agree. I think the movie's awesome. I love it. I think that I like how it deals with themes of suicide a little bit. But the thing is, I think this film's a little overrated. It's not bad. It's not a complete waste of time and an overrated entry like Friday the 13th, the final chapter, or anything. I just think that this in particular installment does least for me entertainment wise. Um, Not that's bad. It just is way better than the previous two, but get more enjoyment from the um some of the other entries in the franchise. But overall, I enjoy this film. I think it's a it's a good it's a good it's a good way to progress the story from its comedic roots, from the serious roots into put it into a more comedic route. Um, Overall, this film is pretty rocking. I like the characters. I think that Joey, Kincaid, and Kristen are all awesome characters, and I overall enjoy their screen presence, and I think they offer a lot to this film. Still, it's a great film, worth a watch. Coming in at number 6 is Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Um, After Freddy's Dead was supposed to, by technicality, it was the last film featuring the solo Freddy. After that, we get New Nightmare, which is supposed to revamp and add something new. And I think it does add something new to the franchise. I think this film deserves the credit that Scream got, because I'm not really a big fan of Scream. I think this film is came out way before Scream, done the meta humor way better than Scream, and this film could also be equal to Halloween H2O, but I think this one respects the films that came before it, doesn't sweep them under the rug, it acknowledges them. I appreciate that, and I think this is a very clever, very smart, and way, way um, out there film. And I like that Wes Craven returns to the franchise, although he's became a little upset with it at this point. Still like that he came back to provide a mighty fine entry into the franchise, and I think this film provides a lot of smart things. And I like the return of Heather Langenkamp. I like the visual style, and I like the look of the demon creature in this film. I think this film is pretty awesome, and I think it's a worthwhile addition. Very worthwhile. Coming at number 5 is Freddy vs. Jason. Now, Freddy vs. Jason is a very stylized film. It has very early 2000s look and feel to it, and I enjoy the concept of this film, and I enjoy the cast. I think you got great cast of characters, and I like that, you combined Freddy's mythos perfectly and Jason's mythos into one fine film. I think it's very stylized. I like the fight scenes, and it's basically a great way to merge the both original series, so Jason X could put it to end, both original series to end, and so both franchises can go start from scratch with the Nightmare on Elm Street remake and the Friday 13th remake. And I think that this film does a great job, and I really, really do appreciate a lot of things it does. I think it does, like, Dale's Weston Hills got a few callbacks, and overall, I'm not really too bothered by the lack of Kane Hodder because I really wasn't a big fan of Jason in general. I'm not a big fan of Kane's take. So, I'm here for Freddy, and Freddy does not disappoint in this superb addition to the franchise that, I think any Elm Street and Friday 13th fan would enjoy. And that's pretty much it here. Coming in at number 4 is A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge. Now, a lot of fans of the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise bring up this film's overabundance of homosexual themes, and I personally think those themes and concepts make this film a very, very, very compelling and interesting film. I like Jesse. My favorite character in this whole entire franchise, Grady's in it. I think that this film is very darker, although it's an inferior film to the original. It's very inferior to the original. I still do think it is a awesome film. I like the, it's darker, it's grittier, it doesn't play around. It definitely doesn't play around. I like that it breaks a lot of rules. Freddy using Jesse as basically a way to get out and wreak havoc on the real world, and especially in that pool party scene. That pool party scene was pretty cool. I like how Jesse's girlfriend Lisa basically used her love for Jesse to defeat Freddy in this film. I think this film is pretty fucking cool, and it's definitely a huge favorite of mine of this franchise, and I will recommend this film to anybody. If you like this one, I also recommend Amityville 2 Possession. They're very much the same, and I think you would enjoy them. That is it. Bye.